All right then. Okay, let's have a look. Welcome back, everybody, to the World Cup 2026. Anyway, here is we're going to be looking at match day 3. I've already done some of these matches, just having a look at them, but yeah, now we're going to do it properly. Don't you worry. So yeah, we are going to open up our my match predictor, and we're also going to have a look at some of the games here, starting with Panama. No, wrong one. Sorry, ignore what I'm saying. Switzerland, Canada. Okay. Switzerland 2, Canada 1. This was a pretty good game. Switzerland, I mean, you look at the shots counters, Canada had way more. They just weren't clinical enough in the end. But they're unlucky. Go back down here. Bosnia 3, Qatar 1. Bosnia are pretty comfortable. This could have been 4 or 5 because Dzeko missed a couple chances with the crossbar. No, with the post. And Qatar also probably could have scored another one as well. So it could have been 4 or 5 2, maybe. This game was brilliant. It was really nice to see. Because as a fellow Caribbean myself, I'm obviously from England, but as a fellow person from the Caribbean, it's nice to see someone else doing well. Should be us in the World Cup, though. Anyway, Jamaica, I mean. But yeah, Haiti, 2 brilliant goals, and that Isidore goal was absolutely insane. You would need a really high level, massive banger to top for that Isidore goal not to be the goal of the tournament, honestly. And Scotland 0, Brazil 3. I mean, what can I say? Steve Clarke's resigned as Scotland manager. Not much more to say. Yeah, they were just really poor. You look at all the goals that Brazil scored. They were just really sloppy, and there's no way that Vinny Jr. goal didn't get allowed. I'm so annoyed because I had him in my team anyway, so I wanted him to score, and he almost got a hat trick. Deserved a hat trick, I think. But there's no way that was not a foul. You can barely even see the contact. It was just really weak. It was stupid. South Africa 1, Korea 0. Yeah, let's just go back to this now. Oh. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, I said South Africa would win, no, would lose 2-1. And, well, look, they won 1-0, so I only got 5 points. Switzerland 1, Canada 1. I said 2-1, said 1-1, but it was 2-1. Bosnia, I said would win 2-0, so I got 15 there. Morocco 3, Haiti 0, so I got 10. Scotland 1, Brazil 3. I don't know why I gave them a goal. I already said Brazil would score 3. I don't know why I thought they'd score. I was so close to that one. 15 points there. But yeah, Korea were really disappointing. They are lucky to go through in the end. Let me just get the standings up. Yeah, they got -1 goal difference. Poor start. No, good start, but poor finish. And Czechia, oh my god, probably one of the top 5 most disappointing teams in the whole World Cup for me, because I really thought they would finish 3rd or 2nd. Nope, last. But fair play to South Africa. After the first game week, I was like, they're gone. No, they have ended up finishing 2nd. And they're playing Canada. But the problem with that is, if they manage to beat Canada, you got the Netherlands or Morocco. And I'm sorry, there's no way they go through in that game. Any of South Africa or Canada. So, yeah. Anyway. Czechia or Mexico too. I thought Czechia would have to give a bit more fight because this is like their only chance to go through. Because if they somehow beat Mexico on the final day, South Korea would have been last with 3, and Czechia would have been 2nd or 3rd with 4. But just really poor. No fight, losing 3-0 when you're trying to win a game. It's just not good enough. Really poor. I said Curacao 1, Ivory Coast 3, but it was 2-0 in the end. That's fine, not too shabby. I just thought Curacao might score another goal, but Ivory Coast was solid and didn't have to do much. Okay. I got 3 games completely wrong. I got 0 points. Ecuador 0, Germany 2. Germany. Okay, look. I saw the German team. I was like, they don't even need to play their starting 11. They're through. They've won the group. Pretty much. No, yeah, they've won the group. It's impossible for them not to. And I was like, okay, well, they can rest their team, but they've still got like players like Dennis Undav. They can clearly win this game even with their rested team. because Ecuador hadn't even scored a goal until this match. But no, Germany still played their full team and they still lost. Pretty disappointing, actually. Poor performance, but people are going to be like, well, you've already gone through, it doesn't really matter. I know, but if you're playing your main team against a smaller team that hasn't even scored a goal, the fact that you're losing and conceding 2 goals isn't good enough, really. So yeah, disappointing for Germany. I'm happy to see it as an Englishman, but anyway. Tunisia 0, Netherlands 4. That's what I said, right? Understandable, but they did play better today, only 3-1, but the Netherlands did make some changes, right? So, still comfortable anyway. Tunisia, second worst team in the World Cup. Iraq, worst team anyway, after that result. Said Japan 3, Sweden 1. No. Very a good game. I missed it in the end because it was 3 a.m. here, but solid draw for both teams. Japan, they didn't really need to win. They could have if they won. If they won, actually, they probably would have finished second only because of the goals for. But, right, so anyway. Paraguay 1, Australia 1. I was actually pretty tempted to go for a 0-0 here, but I just went 1-1 because I thought it might be a header kind of game, pretty close, scrappy, cagey, and I was right. Because both teams knew they had to get a result here. Whereas the, where is it? Yeah, look. Embarrassing from Turkey. Really embarrassing. But look, see, Paraguay, Australia. They both wanted... Obviously, Paraguay would have wanted to win so they can go into second and vice versa. But, you know, it doesn't really matter. But if Paraguay didn't get that draw, I think they would have been in serious danger not to qualify. And maybe Iran would have qualified, but... yeah, anyway. We'll get to Iran later on. Turkey 0, USA 2. The one time... the first 2 games I predicted them to win or get... both times. Both times I predicted them to win. And they lost both. And now the time I predict them to lose, they win. What are you doing, Turkey? Embarrassing. The only tournament they've really done okay at is the last Euro, so they got to the quarterfinals and only lost to the Netherlands, right? So, but yeah, really poor. They decided to play well when it doesn't even matter anymore. I don't understand when teams do that. At least they didn't want to go out with 0 wins and 0 points, so I mean, I understand that. But just okay, the USA. I'm not sure if they played the full team, but at least I got the US's score correct. Alright. I underestimated Senegal here severely. I said 2-0. I thought they're obviously going to win this game, but they're going to do it comfortably. And, well, I think the Senegalese players, I know Senegalese players were thinking to themselves, okay, right? We've got a pretty bad goal difference, -3. If we win only 1-0, we're probably not going through. If we win 2-0, we might not go through. If we win 3-0, we're probably going through. But not sure. If we win 4-0, we're going through. Iran found that out the hard way, right? So, they absolutely destroyed Iraq. And all the goals were just stunning. So good. Not as good as Isidore, but all really good. I watched the end of it because it was at the same time as Norway, France, and that took my priority, honestly. I just thought Norway would go for this a little bit more because they wanted to try and finish first, right? But they really didn't care. But it was really disappointing. The first half, Dembele was absolutely brilliant. But Norway just did nothing. Really poor in the end. Alright, Uruguay 1, Spain 3. I thought, once again, I've overestimated... Did I even get a single match fully right in this round? Oh my god, I didn't. No. Oh, that's bad. That's really bad. I got so many 15s though, so it's okay. I looked at Uruguay in the last 2 games against Saudi and Cape Verde, and I said they're not good enough. They're not going to win this game. Fine, I got that right. But I just thought Spain would be a bit more, caring, because they didn't really care. It was really poor. Like, how has Uruguay finished this group on 2 points, tied with points with Saudi Arabia, and in third, below Cape Verde? We'll also get to Cape Verde later. I mean, next. But yeah, anyway. Really poor. Spain just didn't really try, though. They had their full lineup out, but just not good enough, really. Because if they drew this game, if they lost somehow to Uruguay, yep, that would be an extra 3 points. So Uruguay go to 5 points, and Spain would only be on 4. So that means they take over them, right? And if Cape Verde managed to beat Saudi, they would be on 5 as well. So that would not be good for them, right? Spain would end up finishing second or third. But yeah, anyway. They were never going to lose this game. They're never in danger of it. Anyway, Cape Verde, Saudi. Look, I'm not going to say I'm disappointed with Cape Verde because they've been brilliant. But I just thought they probably could have won this game. They probably should have in the end. Let me have a look at the chances. I didn't watch the game. It was boring. 15 shots for a little Cape Verde. Saudi Arabia were just holding on for dear life because they knew themselves. Both teams knew a win would get them through. Because you look at where is it? Yeah, Saudi Arabia. They win and Cape Verde lose. Cape Verde on 2 points. Probably a slightly better goal difference in Uruguay because they haven't really conceded that many goals. And Saudi Arabia move up to 4 and they qualify. So it was really close on the final day, but this group was just... These two groups were just completely draws. And then there were some groups that there was no draws at all. But just really drawing, boring games as well. Anyway. Egypt won in round 1. I said 2-1 to Egypt. I underestimated Iran again. And I feel really bad for Iran. And I never thought I would say that, but I do. Because they don't really deserve it. You look at that. There's no way that was an offside. There's no way that was offside. You could clearly see the players there. Personally, maybe I'm missing some kind of stupid technical rule, but I just think even the player that they were looking at, come on, it was barely offside. I don't really understand. I think they got robbed there as well as in another game with Belgium. I think they got robbed as well, and maybe it was something about New Zealand as well, but I think it might have got robbed in pretty much all the games. They probably did deserve to go through, though, but anyway. Now. But yeah, whatever. New Zealand 1, Belgium 5. Okay. Alright. I looked at Belgium first 2 games. I thought, not good enough. Okay. Still said they'd win, but not good enough. And if Egypt would have won this game, they might have finished first. I just saw, New Zealand were never going to win, right? I don't know. But they were awful. They were really bad in this game. And Belgium looked brilliant. So, fair play. But who they got? Who are they playing, actually? Senegal. Oh, that's a good game, actually. Anyway, just think. New Zealand were poor. Just is a good player. I think he's going to leave Motherwell. But, you got some good players. They could be dangerous. Both Belgium and Senegal could be a good game. Panama 0, England 3. Okay, I was pretty close to this one. This probably should have been 3-0. I watched this game last night. It was an awful first half. 17 shots, 8 on target. Should have done a lot better there. Just not good enough in the end, in the first half. But thankfully, these two came to our saviour. Came to being our saviours, right? It would have been pretty embarrassing. Beating Croatia 4-2 and then finishing second. Come on. So, yeah. Anyway. 2-0. Comfortable in the end, but yeah. Croatia, except for that goal, which was really, really lucky for England that we didn't concede that. Anyway, I said 1-1 here. I was so close to doing that, but I just thought Ghana are going to sit back, and they did. And they were unlucky in the end because it was a few late goals, right? So it was a very low shooting match. Only 8 shots for the team. And they were unlucky, right? So, yep, 2-1 here. Congo, I said 2-0 over Uzbekistan. I was going to go 3-1. I just thought Uzbekistan. It's pretty disappointed with them. I knew they weren't great. They had Shomurodov and Kustanov, but that's about it. I just thought they'd do a bit more. Maybe make a game a bit closer, but losing 5-0, 3-1, 3-1. Just not really any chance in any of the games. Alright, nothing else. Congo, impressive. Very happy for them going through. Who are they playing, actually? Let me just keep this open. England. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Wednesday at 8 p.m. Brilliant. England, knockout football. Wednesday on an 8 p.m. on a Wednesday. Actually beautiful. Perfect. We will be doing the predicting in the next video. And don't you remember today? Don't you forget, we're going to be doing a special where we have 5 World Cup themed videos today. The first 2, I am sorry, right? They were meant to be for a few, or maybe a few days ago to a week ago. But I've been really busy this week. And I didn't get around to uploading them. So I've just uploaded them now. You don't have to watch them if you don't want to. It's just talking about the last game weeks, but this one is here anyway. Alright, Colombia 0, Portugal 0. Okay. I said 1-1 and another 15 points. All of these games, I was 1 goal off. No, except this one. And this one. But I was pretty much like right on the bang. All of these 6 games were really good. I was pretty much there what I needed to do, right? I knew kind of what the result was going to be. I got all the correct results in terms of points-wise. Both of these teams were like, it's fine. We don't really need. Portugal looks a little bit lethargic, but it's okay. I mean, it's tired if you didn't know that. Anyway. And, I mean, looking at the stats, I didn't actually watch this game, and I didn't watch the highlight data. I'm going to do that right after this. But this seems like it was a pretty entertaining 0-0, really. The team, Portugal, 13-2 on target. 13-2 on target. Not bad, but really poor shot accuracy there. 1 in every 7.5 shots is on target. 1 in every 6.5 shots on target. Not great. Same thing with Colombia. 26 shots against Portugal and 6 on target. Unlucky in the end, but yeah. Algeria 3, Austria 3. I did not see Algeria-Austria being probably the game of the tournament so far. Like, how has this ended up? I will watch. We're also going to do a bonus video tonight, watching some of the highlights. So, yes, it's going to be 6, actually. Wow. I did not know what happened in this game. Look, wait. Let's go back. The Colombia game had 39 shots in total. 26 for Colombia, 13 for Portugal. Have a look at this game. It's 3-3, but there's only 22 shots. So there's 17 less shots, and there's ended up being 6 more goals. How does that make any sense? I don't know. At least these guys are a bit more accurate with their shots. So Austria take the lead. 1-1. Austria again. 2-2. And then Mahrez scored. I bet the Algerians were going wild. They were like, we've actually done it. And they would have been on 6, and Austria would have been down here. They might have gone through, might not. I think they probably wouldn't have gone through. If that was a 3-2 win for Algeria, Iran would have gone through. But then Shasha Kalajic, who plays for Wolves as well, he ended up Or maybe loaned out from Wolves, but anyway. What a game. We are going to do a highlights to watch some of these. No, actually, why not? Let's do it in this video. Yeah, let's make it a bit more interesting. Make it a bit longer, right? Because you're going to get treated to one every 2 hours, you know? How fun. Anyway, World Cup content through the whole way. And this week, I am a lot more free. So we're going to be doing one every... every day. Yeah, every day. This video, make sure to like and subscribe. Now, thank you. Goodbye.